Hey, good day, good day, good day. How y'all doing on this? How y'all doing? How everybody doing? Hey, you know what? Listen, life is worth living. And what we have to understand is, guess what? A lot of times what we do is at an early age, we make mistakes. Sometimes you can make a mistake at an early age and you do not have another opportunity to correct that mistake. Sometimes what happens is, as a young individual, and you infatuated. You are infatuated by somebody that you feel is somebody that you hold to a high esteem, that you look up to, and you follow them. And you follow them all for the wrong reason. And today, earlier this afternoon, I had a conversation. I had a deep conversation with an individual that was well respected throughout New York City, throughout the world. He got a hell of a platform. And something that he was talking about is like prison reform and how you got individuals that he know, that I know, that been incarcerated over 30 something years. 30 something years. 30 something years being incarcerated is a long time. Sit back and think about it. In 30 years, what can you accomplish? Most people retire from a job in 30 years with a pension, with a 401k right now, is and they able to sit back and live life and enjoy life and travel with their wife and their kids and their grandkids and enjoy the fruit of life. But sometime at an early age, you do something by the wrong thing, by following the wrong people at the wrong time, you can lose your life. You can lose your life to that multi-billion-dollar prison system, or you can lose your life to death or early grave, dying as a kid, in your teens, in your 20s. And guess what? What's cool about that? I'm going to talk about four young men in their 20s, that what they did was, because they look up to a leader. They look up to a street guard, a guy that everybody heard about, know about, and he was an individual that was very, very powerful. And a lot of people follow him. And they follow him all for what? All for the wrong reason. And here it is, by them following him, having bad teaching, bad guidance, bad intention, bad direction. These guys been incarcerated for 33 years. Sit back and think about it. Being incarcerated for 33 years. You go away anywhere from the age of 20 to 24, and you've been in jail for 33 years. So if you went away when you was 20, that means you were 53 down. If you went away when you was 24, that means you are 57. So here it is, you took a directive and you apply that directive and you execute a situation, a circumstance that caused you to be in jail for 33 years. Think about it. Sit back and think about it. What if that was you? What if that's your son? What if that's your daughter? What if you have a grandson or your granddaughter? How will you feel? Them being incarcerated for 30 years. They're young, in the age that range from 20 to 24. And they made a bad decision because they looked it up to the person for the wrong reason. And the individual I'm talking about is Philip Copeland, aka Phil Marshall, Todd Scott, Scott Cobb, and Dave McCleary. These young men right now look it up to Howard Pappy Mason, a street legend, a street guard. According to them, hip hop to this day praise him. You listen to a rapper like Nas, Jay-Z. You listen to a lot of individual rappers that speak about this individual, Howard Pappy Mason. Pappy Mason, people look at him as a street guard. 50 Cent. A lot of these individuals look at Pappy as a street guard. Before they was NWA, Negroes with attitude. Right now you have Pappy Mason. Pappy Mason was NWA before NWA thought about being NWA. And the difference is right now, he hated Popo. He hated police. He hated law enforcement. He hated correction officer. He hated them with a passion. Pappy, a brother, if you look at him, he practiced the Rastafarian culture. He practiced that, and he believed in that. He was under belief of Sonny Carson. Sonny Carson and his mother, you know what I'm saying, Mother Mason, they was involved years ago when Sonny Carson did that movie, the re-education of Sonny Carson. Pappy was in that movie. And Pappy took on an attitude, growing up in the Crime Heights section, seeing the things that was happening, how black was being treated versus Jewish or versus white people that was treated in that same neighborhood. Black was treated, anytime something happened, they sicked the dog on them. They watered them. They firebombed them. They did everything possible to demise the black community. So how would Pappy Mason, at an early age, had a hatred for law enforcement? Because as far as law enforcement is supposed to be to protect and serve, to help people, to help and protect people of all nationality. But then again, right now is when you got some of these individuals that come into law enforcement, guess what? When they already racist, when they already hate black folks don't stand a chance. So you got individuals like Dave McCleary, Philip Copeland, Todd Scott, okay? Scott Carl. These individuals, what they did was, allegedly, they took an order. They took an order that supposedly came from Howard Pappy Mason to Philip Marshall. And Philip Marshall say, after Pappy got remanded, he was bailed out after serving 18 months on Rikers Island and getting a hung jury on the parole to Bryant Rooney murder. He got bailed out. They lowered his bail from $500,000 to $300,000, and he got bailed out. And when he got bailed out for 10 days, all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. He got bailed out for $300,000. And when he got bailed out, whatever happened in between that 10 days, he was remanded and taken to trial. Because when he got arrested for the Bryant Rooney murder, the parole officer murder, Fat Cat Lorenzo Nichols, that they accused Howard Pappy Mason of being the trigger man. When they accused him of being the trigger man, they couldn't find him guilty by reason of doubt. So they took him back to trial after the hung jury on the Derringer. He got knocked with a .38 Derringer in his boots. And when he got knocked, before he went back to jail in no 10 days, me and Pappy hung out. We went to the Stephanie Mills concert, okay? We hung out. We went to Lacey Skating Ring, having a good time. And at one point in time, when we was at Lacey Skating Ring, me, Pappy, and some other individual, we was out there in front of Lacey Skating Ring. And we was waiting to execute some of the individuals that was out there. I can remember that particular day, Thursday going into Friday morning, when the let out came and these individuals came out. And the individual that we was targeting, Cat wanted them dead. And Pappy wanted to make sure that we fulfill Cat's desire. He wanted this individual dead because he felt that one of his mistress was giving this guy drugs, cat drugs, giving this guy cat money to let him do his own things. And that's a major, major no-no. So here it is, that particular night, we went out there and we was waiting for this guy to came out. He came out. And when he saw me and Pappy standing there, automatically he knew he was in a world of trouble. But here it is right now, this individual, he was able to mingle into the crowd. And by the time we was able to catch up to him, once that brother got into his car, hell of a driver, he was able to escape a death sentence. And you know what? Like I told you right now, I'm glad he did. But in the same token, we was going after him. We had one of the guys in the car, in his own car, going after him and was trying to gun him down and was going to gun him down. But once this guy got in his car, hell of a driver. like Speed Racer. He got away. Now, what wound up happening is we got pulled over. Me, Pap, and this other individual was in the car, and we got pulled over. When we got pulled over, this other individual was able to weasel his way out of it because he more or less like told the state trooper, like when we got pulled over and we saw the siren on us, like down Long Island don't play. And when we saw that siren on him, the guy all of a sudden is driving, talking about, oh man, he got this jammy, he got this pistol. And right now is Pappy told him, listen man, if we get knocked, I'm gonna kill you automatically. So this guy got the car and told the state trooper, listen man, I am so sorry. I am home for spring break. I'm driving my father's car. We driving a 7 Series, brand new BMW. He said, my father don't even know I got this car. And right now is, guess what? I'm on spring break. You know, here it is. If you call him and, you know, or we go in and get arrested, my father gonna kill me. So here it is, the state trooper went for that. And he just gave us a warning and let us go. And to me, I wish we would have got busted. Because if we would have got busted, guess what would have happened? Here it is right now when Pappy got remanded for the Derringer and got convicted. Here it is, he was been too preoccupied with the new charge that I don't feel he would have ran into that situation when he ran into the situation with the cop. And the cop told him to put his bear away. I don't think right now that never would have happened. So sometime right now is one situation, you know, off spin another situation. If that cop would have arrested us, took us in, and we went to county jail, Nassau County, for a gun charge, guess what? Chances are Edward Burns would never have been murdered. But that wasn't the case. My man was able to get out the car. He was able to sweet talk the officer, and they let us go. And when he got back in the car, he said right now, the luck of the leprechaun. Because he had game. He know how to talk to people. He was pleasant, decent, polite, clean cut, young black individual. And the cop bought into it, what he was saying, the words that was coming out of his mouth. But in the same token, when you sit back and you look at it, 4 guys, within a week later, after Pappy went back to trial and got convicted on the Derringer charge, the gun charge, now he got pissed because of the situation that took place with him and another cop. And allegedly, he's supposed to have, you know, listen, I want a cop to be killed. And that cop turned out to be rookie police officer Edward Burns that was gone in the house of a witness. And you got 4 individuals allegedly went out there knowing that on Inwood, that this cop was, they had patrol cars sitting there protecting this house. An easy target. That night in February of 1988, that rookie police was executed. They knocked on a window, woke him up, and shot him. And right now, you got 4 individuals. Philip Marshall Copeland, Todd Scott, Cop Scarp, and Derek McCleary. Been in jail since 1988, 33 years. For what? Because they took the advice and they executed an order that was put out there by Howard Pappy Mason. And these brothers still in jail now. Sit back. 33 years later, these guys are not kids no more. You know what? They are grown men. They are grown men. They are in their 50s. And the difference is, sit back and think about it. When I was a child, according to the Bible, when I was a child, I thought as a child. I act as a child. But when I became a man, I put away all childish things. So what I'm saying this to say this, man. These guys are grown men. And right now, guess what? They follow and went behind the wrong person for the wrong reason. And what I'm saying, they lost their whole life. They lost their whole childhood. So right now guess what? In 33 years, you don't think these people have changed? You don't think those 4 individuals kick themselves in the rear end each and every day and saying to themselves, man, I wish I had a do-over. I wish I could have did that whole situation all over again. Over and over, they fight themselves each and every day. They have nightmares, wishing they can turn back the hands of time, wishing when that order came through that, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to walk away. Folks, listen, man. People change over time. The difference is these brothers have been in 33 years. It's time for Philip Copeland, Dave McCleary, Scott Cobb, and Todd Scott to be released. They was young knucklehead kids. Right now they was within my age range. Let he or she who out sin cast the first stone. New York State Parole Board released them. Release them. Give these men back their freedom. The bottom line is right now, yeah, they F up. They F up. They made a major F up. But trust me when I say right now, have they changed? Have they had time to reevaluate? Have they time to sit back and think about wishing they could have done something differently? Yes. The difference is prison reform is about right now is, guess what? Those guys are old men. They're grandfathers now. Let them, they go into the senior citizen stage. Give them that opportunity. Release them. Let them go, man. They pay their debt to society. Rest in peace to Edward Burns. If they had the chance to do it all over again, guess what? They would have not taken that man's life. Listen, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. My name is Glaze Gibbs. This is my ministry. Right now, as I talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Get your signed copy of the Beyond Lucky book, the Glaze Gibbs book, a true story of change and redemption. If I can change, anybody can change. When Edward Burns first got killed, guess what? Despite I didn't have nothing to do with it because I was close tied to that organization, I was a #1 suspect. 103, 113, and 75 precinct. They say if anybody killed that cop, it was me. It was not me. It was those young guys following behind the wrong person for the wrong reason. Let those guys go. Let he or she who out sin cast the first stone. 33 years is long enough. Too long. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button. Share. Thank you very much. One love.